Hello, I'm Joe Dillette, owner of the carving shop, and I'm going to do a demonstration in carving this onlay. I use the old world methods using the chisels and mallet. Most of the carving on this is basswood, so it's fairly soft. The mallet isn't used very much. We just push the chisels through by hand. So the first thing we do is we cut out the pattern. So we draw the pattern on the wood, we saw the pattern out, we fasten it down to the workbench, and then I begin the carving. So far what we've got is this onlay is going to be pieces. So this is the center piece. The center piece is the basket with the fruit, and then the other pieces come off of it. So this piece here fastens on, let's see here, it's in this direction. It's going to fasten right on here. And so this is the left side, and the right side is this piece here, which is going to be fastened on there. And then it also has two more pieces on the ends. So what I'm going to do is show you the steps in carving. The first step is the roughing out. So this is what you're seeing, the rough out, and then we come back and do the smoothing. So I begin with a V tool. This tool is shaped like a V, and I push that through, and I'm following the pencil lines. So I transferred from the drawing that I had the customer approve, I transferred that drawing to the wood. So this is called a stop cut. So I'm making the stop cut to protect this leaf. And now I'm going to cut out the background so the leaf will be raised out. So this is a curved chisel, and I'm just going to come and relieve the wood down to the bottom of the stop cut. Then I will come back and go deeper with the V tool and then with the chisel, and I'll keep alternating until I get that leaf, the background around the leaf dropped to the depth that I want it. And I'm not too concerned at this point to keep real clean edges because I'm not to depth yet. So I just make enough more of a stop cut. And this acorn is going to be down just a little ways, so I'm going to start putting in the stop cut for that acorn. We're going to have some more raspberries here, and then I'm going to have blueberries behind here. So I go then, now that I have the stop cuts in, come back with taking more of the background out. And I want these raspberries, I like the texturing of the raspberry, so I like to alternate textures, but I want that raspberry to be fairly close to the high part of the surface. So that's what I'm trying not to take that down. So between the leaf and the raspberry, I'm going to be getting more depth. For the contouring of the leaf, now I'm not all the way down the depth yet, but I want to start to contour the leaf. I use a larger chisel. There's still a slight curve on it. The method of carving that we do is kind of tool specific. Tool specific carving is where you use the shape of the chisel to carve the shape that you're trying to match. So I'm trying to get a nice gradual curve on the leaf, so I have a nice gradual curve on the chisel. Now this chisel can, this leaf I want to have it come up and then go back down, so the top part of this leaf will be shaved down like so. This part here, as it's rising, then I want that acorn to be up maybe a little bit higher than the leaf, like so. Get a nice gradual curve on that leaf. Now during the carving process, I have the stalks attached, and that's for strength when I'm carving, because these get to be delicate when I detach it. So these points here that I'm carving, I've cut them down. This one is still up, but when I get done carving, I will carve all the way down to the background, and they will become detached. But when they're attached, that's when I want to go in and do the carving on these, so I still have the strength. Because once they're detached, then they become more delicate. Not being familiar with a bow, I had to make a model, and then I copied that model right to the wood here. So I made a right-handed, and this is the left-handed, so it's just reversed 180 degrees flipped for the two bows. All the pieces are roughed out. This is the far right side. So now I'm going to start the finishing process. The finishing process is going and cleaning up all the little whiskers and smoothing out the areas that are where the tool marks are not adding to the carving. So I want to leave the tool marks to show the skill of the carver, and and to show that it's hand carved, but I don't want to leave any unsightly tool marks. So all the tool marks should add to the character of the carving. So again, I'm using the different size chisels with different shapes to come in here, and this is just the top of this onion, and I'm just trying to get the stem of the leaf behind that onion stalk. This is just a straight chisel, but it's small enough that I can get down in there and start making that stem. I just want it to swallow a little bit of light right up next to that stalk, and then the twine coming down here, I want to keep the edge of that twine. So the finishing process involves making more details and the general cleanup, getting rid of all the whiskers, getting it ready to apply the final coats of sealer. So here I'm getting ready to put the detail on some strawberries here, and so the first thing we want to do is put the little stem leaf at the top, And I'm just cutting in a couple little V's. How that leaf kind of wraps around the strawberry. The tool that I'm using for that is a V tool shaped with that letter V. And I take a little gouge, kind of a straight chisel, and with a little curve, and I go in to lower the side on the strawberry side. Then I will put the texture on, and the texture is with a little sharp curved gouge, and that I'm just going to come in and go all over it, doing this texture kind of equally spaced. Taking little nibbles. And this texture will differentiate it from the other fruit. This will be a strawberry. And I will be doing the same to the one right next to it here, doing that same nibbling. It's sticking out too far to show any of the stem, so on this other one that I'm working on now. You can see how this gouge really does a nice job in putting the strawberry texture on. And I will continue and finish up this one here first. And I will do basically the same thing to the other. Along with this finishing operation, we have to fit the pieces together. So the pieces are going to overlap. So this tail of the ribbon that's coming down is going to go over the top of this part. So I have on the bottom here the customer approved drawing. It's drawn to scale, and I'm laying the pieces on top, lining them up, and trying to fit these pieces together. So I'm marking here where I need to remove some more stock. By having them overlap, that's going to hide where the expansion joints are. The pieces are all put together and ready to be glued, so they're not attached to the panel yet, but this is kind of how it's going to look. And I just wanted to check to see how all the joints look. There's where two pieces join. There's where two pieces join. And up there under the ribbons. And it kind of all looks like it's one piece now. So the next operation is gluing it. So what you're looking at is all the clamps that I have gluing the carving down to the panel. So then all that's left is to, after the glue dries, I will just refine the carving where the parts meet and fill some of the little nail holes that I used to locate it. So that you can see there's a lot of clamps. I have to ensure that all the pieces are glued. Nothing is sticking off of the board and that I got enough squeeze out in the glue. Well, we're in the final stages of the carving, and I glued this up on Saturday morning. It's now Monday morning, so it's had a few days to dry. So we're taking the clamps off, and then I will finish the sanding and get it all ready for delivery. Delivery will be tomorrow because it'll take me all day to get everything in the final stages here. I want to go over it once more with sandpaper. Want to inspect the joints, make sure everything is in good shape here. You can see we used a lot of clamps, but we had to. Can't take a chance on any part of it not being glued down properly. Glad I had these two metal ones. They reach in a little bit further, which I needed. There, to give you an idea of what it looks like. Hold it up. Oh, some of my blocks fell off. Here's another one. There. The hinges are going to be at the top here. I double checked to make sure that that's the way it was going to be constructed. And so all I need now is to do the finish sanding. Thank you.